My grandmother lost part of her arm due to a cancer called melanoma. It is important to understand that melanoma is the leading cause of skin cancer deaths. How many of you like to relax poolside and bask in the sun? Who loves the feeling of lying in a warm tanning bed? Who has had a family member who's had melanoma removed? I can say yes to all of the above. We should all care more about this topic because of the secret way it attacks our bodies, life, and our family members. Today, I'm going to define what melanoma is, what the causes of melanoma are, and ways to help you avoid cancer. First, what is melanoma? According to Mayo Clinic, melanoma is the most serious type of skin cancer. It develops in the cells that produce melanin, the pigment that gives your skin color. Melanoma can appear on your skin, but what does it look like? Usually like a flat mole with uneven edges and a shape that is not the same on both sides. It can be black, brown, or even more than one color. These moles may fade into the skin and have a flat part that is level with your actual skin. They may be smooth or slightly scaly, or may look rough and pebbly. Think about this. You're at higher risk if you have fair skin, family history of melanoma, or many abnormal or atypical moles. Melanoma can also be itchy or may appear as a sore that may bleed. The early stages of melanoma, you may never notice anything, which is why this cancer can be so lethal. Just as any other cancer, it is best to catch it in its early stages. Early detection is very important. Watch for warning signs and changes in your skin pigmentation. Next, let's discuss the causes of melanoma and how deadly it can become. Melanoma occurs when something goes awry in the melanin-producing cells that give color to our skin. Normally, skin cells develop in a controlled and orderly way. Healthy new cells push older cells towards our outer surface of the skin, where they die and eventually fall off. But when a cell's DNA is damaged, new cells may begin to grow out of control and eventually form a mass or cancerous cell, according to Mayo Clinic. The disease is easy to spot and remove when it appears on the skin as a primary melanoma. When it becomes metastatic, it becomes extremely deadly. Patients with stage 4 metastatic typically die within 6 to 12 months. Ultraviolet rays doesn't cause all melanomas, but puts you at higher risk of getting it. Think about the areas of our skin that never see sunlight. This is what indicates other factors that may contribute to risks of melanoma. Still, according to Mayo Clinic, doctors believe that exposure to UV radiation from the sun and from tanning lamps are the leading cause. Take a look at your family history or where you live as the accumulation of UV radiation you receive. The causes of melanoma may vary from genetics, UV radiation, and environmental issues. Finally, let's discuss how to avoid melanoma. There are several ways to avoid melanoma, but here are just a few according to WebMD. See a dermatologist! How simple is that? Researchers from Emory University School of Medicine looked at records of more than 2,000 melanoma patients. They found that those whose growth had been diagnosed by a dermatologist were more likely to have early stage cancer and survive their disease than those who had been diagnosed by just a doctor. Sometimes doctors against dermatologists, doctors may put it off as nothing, where a dermatologist is more skilled in that profession. Next, drink a cup of coffee. According to WebMD, for each cup of caffeinated java that you drink every day, there's a 5% drop in your odds of developing non-melanoma skin cancer later in life. Next, wear sunscreen. This may be obvious, but you would be surprised how many adults do not apply sunscreen when going outdoors or even putting it on their children. These are just a few ways to protect yourself from getting melanoma. In conclusion, I think we can all agree that knowing what melanoma is, the causes of melanoma, and how to avoid contracting melanoma will decrease our chances of getting it. We need to care more about this topic for better prevention. I hope that this discussion has given you the information you need to arm yourself and your family against this dreaded cancer, thereby preventing you from any pain or suffering. Although my grandmother still has her life, she is still missing part of her arm and deals with the daily pain that this cancer left with her. Let's all become more aware. Thank you.